Welcome to Building Better Business by the Numbers. I am your host, Despina.
And I'm Theo.
We're certified accountants. I run a couple of businesses myself, and we're here to guide you to build a business that actually works for you rather than against you. Each episode will break down the numbers, the strategies, and the systems to building a profitable business simply and practically. So if you're ready to build smarter, scale faster, and create freedom through your business, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. In this episode, we're going to be talking about business and personal wealth and the differences between the two. So let's get right into it.
Yeah. So they're each very, very different in their own ways. Business wealth refers to how your money flows inside of your business itself, how much your money is bringing in, assuring very little profit is leaking out, and making sure that you always have the cash funds to essentially pay your wages, your other tax obligations, suppliers, and things along those lines. Alternatively, personal wealth relates to the money and health, your financial health, in paying off your personal obligations. So anything from your food, your house, your mortgage, and things along those lines, really. And very important to segregate the two.
Yeah. So they're two very different wealth pools. But they both integrate. They're basically, you can't have one without the other. So if your business isn't doing well and you can't pay yourself, then all of a sudden you can't build your personal wealth. If you're draining all your money from your personal side and you're pulling it from your business side, then again, you're not going to have any money. So both of them independently are extremely important, but then combined, extremely important. So a wealthy business is that you've got, you know where your money's coming in and you know that you've got profits, you've got healthy cash flow, you're able to pay, like you said, your tax obligations, everything that comes with running a business, it's healthy. Your personal side is that you've got investments in other ways. So you're actually paying yourself a wage from the business, because that's what we do.
Make sure you do that.
Okay?
Please.
Please, for the love of God. Pay yourself from the business properly. So you're getting a set wage. And because the business pays for quite a bit of your things, you should have a little bit more excess to invest in your personal assets. And personal assets are shares, like real estate, like super, like all things that are actually going to help you in your retirement or just have additional cash coming through. So the two derive very different kind of streams of income as well. So your business, from a business standpoint, is generating active income.
It's income based on the provision of a service or good, typically. So it involves you spending a lot more of your time really to kind of get that money.
Yeah, because you're actively going out. Now, a lot of people get too fixated on passive income before they've even nailed active income. I want you right now, stop that and focus, because I know we're entrepreneurs here, focus on getting your active income so set and so regular that building the passive income stream is simple and easy, and you can just dump money in, because the fastest way to build your passive income stream is creating a healthy and wealthy business that generates a lot of profit, and you can then use those profits to reinvest in other things, and not reinvest without having a plan for it, but reinvest in a way that actually generates more money. Okay, and you don't have to be $1 million business. You just have to have the right systems and money, like the right money systems in place to drive that.
So that explains how they work together so well, and how without one you can't really have the other, or it limits how much you can have the other. But another thing is to establish how important they are separately as well, and ensuring that your personal wealth is looked after without hindering your business's wealth. It protects you a lot. It keeps you, if God forbid, touch wood, anything ever happens to your business, ensuring that your personal wealth is set up well, it'll keep you safe. It's like a safety net. If anything ever happens, you have something to fall back on. You have the savings, you have the shares that you've invested, you can sell them, or you can use your dividends. You've got your rental properties, you've got something at the end of the day. So that way, you're not living every day hoping that your business isn't going to fall apart the next, even though it won't always. But it gives that safety net.
It does. And business holds a lot of risk. That's why, like, high risk, high reward. There's a lot of reward in business, but you're holding a lot of risk. So, like you said, if something was to happen to it unexpectedly, you got sued, you know, something freaking drastic happened in the workplace. You know, we've seen it before where, you know, high risk jobs that someone dies on site. Okay, these things happen, lawsuits happen. So protecting your personal side and creating your own buffer just keeps you safe from having, like, if anything happens on this side in the business, that your personal assets, the personal things that you've built don't get impacted by one or the other. But having a wealthy business also means that if shit does hit the fan, you've actually got the buffer for it, because you've got the savings, you haven't blown through your cash because you've got your emergency buffer if that does happen, right? Obviously, we've got insurances in place, that also helps. But I like to always think of worst case scenario because, you know, my favorite saying ever, and you hear me repeat it day in, day out, is nothing in life is 100% except death and taxes. Okay, so you have to I always think of worst case scenario purely because I don't want to take the gamble that something happens and then I lose everything that I've ever worked so hard for, you know.
Like, even building onto that, having that personal wealth gives you the confidence to really take that risk in business as well. Because at the end of the day, big changes are risk. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got an educated idea, hopefully, but you're taking it. That backup gives you that confidence. It means, all right, even if it does go wrong, we can revert to how we were before, and I'm set to look after myself if anything does go wrong anyway. So having that buffer is very, very, very important, and they work, but again, falls into the theme of they work very well together, and the necessities to go together, but they also have very important roles separately as well. If one falls apart, you'll have the other.
Yeah, and you're basically guaranteeing yourself. So you are securing your future, whether one works and the other doesn't. Like, you've got your fallback plan, and you're able to support yourself. And that's where financial freedom and financial independence becomes so. That's what everyone's striving for, is financial freedom. And so if you have your two buckets there, you've got your personal and your business buckets, well, then you're securing your own financial freedom. And that's what everyone's gunning for.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Like, we're all just sitting there going, I want financial freedom. What does that mean to you as well? Like, does that mean going to the shops and tapping and never having to think about the money that's coming out? Does it mean spending more time with your family? Like, all of that correlates to the both, like both of them hand in hand. So if you're not paying yourself from the business, then you're not going to be able to build personal wealth. If your business keeps taking from you personally because there's not enough cash in the business and you keep taking from your savings, again, it's who's that benefiting? There's no financial freedom there. You've just created a really
toxic relationship
between yourself and your business. Like, get out of that. So I think another important thing just to note on the two differences in the wealth is understanding the differences in assets. Okay, well, this is a numbers show and this is a financial show, so we're going to talk about assets and what that actually means. So business assets vary from personal assets. As mentioned, the personal assets, you're looking at shares, investment properties like your super, whereas your business assets are in your people, your plant and equipment, and even sometimes your motor vehicles, because I don't see assets in your personal. A motor vehicle is not an asset it just drains, it depreciates as soon as you go out. You can have fun with it. I have no, like, go off, get your Porsche, get your Lambo, but it's not an asset in where it actually provides more money. Because the way that I see assets are something that make you more money. Not something that just have value. It actively makes you more money. If you're looking at the technical explanation of an asset, it's something that has value, right? No. In my view, it's something that makes you money. So in a business, if you've got a vehicle, you can put someone in that vehicle to go out and do a job and make you more money. So that there has value and is actually an active asset that can create more wealth in your business. So it's just being able to understand what the differences in between what an asset and what what creates wealth in one and what creates wealth in the other. And you can still do investments in your business as well. So you might decide that you want to invest in another business. You might want to build your business. You buy another business. Understanding how each asset and each component is going to build your wealth. Simply put, when we're looking at the overall of what makes you wealthy, it's normally how much equity you have, right? Everyone goes, well, 2 million or 6 million in assets or whatever. But what's your liability? What's your overall equity? What do you own? Okay, because that's what's going to define your actual current position in terms of your financial standpoint. So you can have $6 million in assets, but you could also have $6.5 million in liabilities and in debt. So that just means you don't own anything. In fact, the bank owns you owe the bank a lot. You know, and so I think it's having a real understanding of what actually, how it actually drives your pool. So separation of the two, very important. Together, they're extremely important. You can't really have one without the other. And understanding how each asset in your business is actually going to help you derive more income from it. Also, the differentiation between active and passive income. Stop getting so focused on passive income. Learn how to master active income first so you can dump a shit ton of money into passive income streams so that it can make you a lot more money. That's how you do it. That's how you get rich a lot quicker. If you're so focused on trying to make passive income streams and not focused on just trying to make your active income work, you're not going to have any passive income streams. The people that did the drop shipping, crypto, all of that all at the same time, where are they now? Okay, a lot of them probably lost a lot of that money because they weren't focused on the one thing. But the person that may be focused solely on drop shipping is probably doing very, very well. Maybe the person that is solely focused on crypto is still doing very, very well because guess what? Their focus is on that one thing. So make sure whatever you're doing is going to help you make more money actively so then you can make more money passively. We just want to make more money. I feel like I keep ending each episode with "Let's just make more money." But that's what the game is, guys.
Get out of the rat race.
Okay. I'm sick of being on the hamster wheel.